Oh! Just the rear bumper, you're fine.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope that never happens to you on the trail, but if it does, don't worry, duct tape can fix it. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman. And though that 4Runner did not have mud flaps on it, it drives home the point of what we're talking about today. And so today, we're talking about your OEM mud flaps on your 4Runner or any vehicle that you take off-road. Overall, you can lift your vehicle, whether it's a body lift, a spacer lift, a suspension lift, bigger tires. The overall lowest part of your vehicle is going to be ultimately your ground clearance. For the front, it's called approach angle. On the back, it's called departure angle. The axles are always going to be the lowest, and that's really only changed with tire size and wheel size. Nothing done with the suspension or the body lift will change that. So after that, you have to look into what's the next lowest part. For the 4Runner, it's these OEM mud flaps. I've already taken off the front a long time ago, but I never did anything with the back. There's a couple companies out there that make rear mud flap delete kits. The rear mud flap delete kit looks like this. What it will do is it takes place of the OEM one and it takes off this bottom half. I thought about cutting it for a long time, but a friend had these in their garage and they weren't using them, so I went ahead and asked if I could use them. I believe when you order them, it will come with extra hardware for you, the plastic rivets and maybe some bolts as well. These particular panels are textured on one side and smooth on the other side. I'm gonna put the texture side out, just facing the tire, and I think that's the proper way to do it. I don't have the instructions, so I have no idea. The panels are a matching image, so there's not a left or a right specific. Okay, real quick, going over the hardware that you're gonna be taking off the 4Runner, I'm gonna be reusing mine. You're gonna have some 10mm screws. You could use a Phillips as well, and you're gonna have these Toyota clips. The way that I remove these is I took a screwdriver and I kind of wedged them up a little bit to each side. Then I took my side cutters and kind of grabbed it and pulled on it. They were dirty and stiff. If you break them, you can order these on Amazon all day. And like I said, I think if you order these new, they'll probably come with some level of rivets to put back in there. I went ahead and took these off without jacking up the vehicle or taking the tires off. So I think you'll be able to do the same no matter how your 4Runner or off-road vehicle sits, whether it's like a stock height or a lifted height. It's a pretty simple deal. I do recommend cleaning it before you get started. The funny thing is, even with the OEM mud flaps installed, look what I found when I took them off behind it. There was a ton of mud caked up on the bumper cover, hidden there and behind it. So I went ahead and took it outside and washed it off with a water hose and let it dry before working on it. Okay, and as a bonus, I'm gonna go ahead and put Exfil paint protection film on the lower part of the bumper on the 4Runner. It's painted the same color as the 4Runner, and for right now, I wanna keep that protected. So we're gonna go over how to do that as well. It's up to you or your vehicle if you want to or need the paint protection film in the long run. Okay, so let's move over to the 4Runner and see how we can install these rear mud flap delete kits and then the paint protection film. Okay, one of the things I forgot to mention when I was at the toolbox was that the aftermarket panels come with less holes than the OEM one, so you might have a screw or a rivet left over if you're reusing the factory hardware. There's supposed to be a hole here, but it's molded on the OEM one. This is just a flat panel. I'm sure it's easier to produce that way, and you don't need all of them to hold it up anyways. Let's go ahead and get it installed. Okay, so that's how you install it. It's gonna be one screw in the top, one screw in the bottom corner, and then 1, 2, 3 rivets, and you're done. So we're gonna move on to the Exfil paint film, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna apply the Exfil film. I've actually never done this, so take it easy on me. We're gonna take this one step at a time. What I do know is we want to clean the surface first, so I just have a little bit of Chemical Guys nonsense cleaner here, and I'm gonna give that a shot. My goal is I'd love to go from this piece all the way down here. I only bought 7 feet of it and rough measurement. It looks like I need to just do this area first, and if there's any left over, I could come down. So I'm gonna go from this line backwards. So just clean this up real quick. Okay, so that's cleaned up. I'm gonna go just a little bit underneath here and then up as well. So to do that, I have a razor blade to cut the Exfil, and then within the kit, they provided a squeegee. The other thing I know is you wanna keep the surface lubricated so you can move the Exfil film up and down and then squeegee out the moisture when you're done. This is glass cleaner and it's diluted because it was almost out. So it's soapy, but not overly done. Okay, so one thing that I learned from doing the first piece on the bottom before I do this is cut a piece off and then just work with that size and not the whole roll. I didn't know that. Okay, so I just got done doing this piece and this piece. I edited a lot of it out. It probably took me 15 to 20 minutes to do these two pieces. There's a little bit of dirt in there. It's still wet. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna do the other side and come back and we'll take a close up. Okay, so that wraps up the rear mud flap delete kit installation. As always, thank you to my growing community on Patreon. And if you'd like to support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/Tim the Trailman to join that community. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.